Hey everyone, and welcome back to Bleach Brave Souls. Today I'm feeling a little bit sniffly. I got a little bit of a cold, so I'm gonna do a different kind of video. We're gonna take a look at the chapter 10 of the story mode, which is only available in Japan, but it should be available on global. Actually, to be honest, I have no idea when. If we go by the way Chapter 9 was released, it's going to be a month or two, maybe more likely 2 months before we see this chapter out on global. But if you guys want to take a look and know what's in it, feel free to keep watching. If you don't want to see spoilers, I would recommend that you click off the video because I'm going to show you all the bosses and talk about like where they're at in the story and stuff like that. So keep that in mind if you're going to continue watching, guys, that there will be spoilers. So this way I don't have to put my face cam on because, I got this, I don't know, it's the changing of the seasons where I live. So usually when that time of the year happens, I get allergies or colds or I don't know what they are. But let's get right into it, guys. Oh, and by the way, I didn't get a haircut, guys. Some of you were talking about it in the comments. I just tied it back. You see, it's just tied a little back. I still have the same hairdo. So anyway, for those people who care about that stuff. But anyway, enough BS. Let's check out chapter 10. All right, guys. So the story picks up where chapter 9 left off. There is some battles going on in Hueco Mundo, and there is some battles going on in the fake Karakura town. This is the battle between Rukia and Chad and Renji with the captain of the Exequias, I think they're called. They're kind of just foot soldiers. They're not Espada level Arankar, but this one in particular, he's dead already. He's like a tree type Arankar. Not a tree type, but he resembles a tree, and he can create clones of himself. I believe his name is Rudomon. So anyway, we're already on Yami here. Yami plays a part in this region of the story. Here we see him in his unreleased form. Yami's been in other parts of the story mode as well, so this is nothing new. You'd have to think that eventually he'll be getting a 5-star character. I mean, he's not very popular, but he is an important figure. So I can't see how they wouldn't do at least. Maybe he'll be a 4-star. But, I really think he should be a 5 because he is Espadazero. In this stage, we have an Unreleased Halibel, which is pretty cool. She looks a little bit different, as you can see right there. It's a pretty cool form for her. And, if we've looked to the past, they've had unreleased Espadas as 4-star characters, so maybe they'll do Halibel as a 4-star. I don't know. They seem to be kind of stingy when it comes to releasing 4-star characters lately. K-Lab does, but I don't see why they wouldn't do it. She has a full set of moves, as you can see here. The only problem is she doesn't have a special. But you could always just give her some kind of generic Sero or some kind of slashing attack, I guess. She does have a melee attack in the manga where some kind of wave comes out of that sword. So maybe they could do something like that. I don't know. This is Unreleased Barragan. Maybe another potential candidate for a future 4-star. He's pretty badass looking, as you'll see. He's got the huge axe. He's melee. Looks like he's got a huge range. I would love to see a 4-star Barragan. I mean, 4-stars aren't that exciting, and almost no one ever plays 4-star characters, but they're just cool to have in the game. Because they are. If you're a big story guy, like a Bleach manga or anime person, you'd like to see these characters in the game, regardless of whether or not they're 5-stars or whatever. Just for completionist's sake, or for those of us who are collectors. Unreleased Barragan, pretty cool looking character. I mean, to be honest, in the anime and manga, he doesn't do a heck of a lot in his unreleased form. All we really see him do is kind of just stand there. I'm not even sure if I remember him swinging the axe at all. Yeah, I don't think he did. I think he just stood there while people were confused about why they couldn't hit him or something like that. But yeah, they did make an unreleased form of him, so that's pretty cool. Here we see Lilynette Gingerbuck, I think her last name is. She's Stark's Fraction, and they made her a boss as well. She kind of fights Ukitake. It's not really much of a fight because Ukitake kind of just tries not to hurt her. But she's a pretty cool character. Who knows if she'll get a 4-star. There you can see she has one of those moves where she slides on the ground. It's kind of like the Pesce move. But yeah, it's more of a comic relief fight in the manga and the anime. Yeah, she can't really fight that good, but it's cool. I think they could make her a 4-star potentially. It's kind of weird that her design, she's kind of taller than Yama. Like the character model is bigger than Yama. Maybe that's just because Yama's a little bit I think he's kind of on the small side. But she still looks pretty cool. And, I'd still love to have her in the game. 35 extra orbs, I'm not going to complain. Here we have an unreleased Stark as well. So, they did all the work for Unreleased Stark. You would think that maybe in the future they would release a 4-star version of him. Who knows? It's kind of the same deal as Grimjo had. Grimjo had his 4-star unreleased form, and then he had his 5-star released form. So I really hope they do that with Stark as well. This character looks pretty cool. As you can see there, he's just got sword attacks. Not really much to say about him. He didn't really show any powers while he was in his unreleased form. He does have a Sero, which is pretty cool. The Sero actually comes out of his chest, and he can release it without making a big deal about it. He can just be standing there, and suddenly a Sero will come out. So that is Unreleased Stark. And here's some of the new mobs. I guess they're not actually new mobs. They've been in the story before, but we've never seen them as like a group of enemies. These Menos Grande. So when I came across this part in the story mode, I was like, wow, this is pretty cool actually. There's a bunch of huge Menos Grande, and it follows the story too because when Aizen's army invades Karakura Town, there's a part in which the Menos Grande, they come out and fight the Vizards. There's like a whole ton of them. Just fodder characters, but I doubt we'll see playable Menos Grande. Whoops. That would be pretty cool. Here we have Wonder Weiss. Wonder Weiss is also part of the story in this part. I'm not sure, but I think he might already be a 4-star. I really should have checked the album. It makes sense that he would be because he's somewhat important. He does have a fight, and if they're gonna release a Bankai version of Kensei, and I'll talk more about that some other time. They are gonna release a Bankai Kensei, so you figure maybe Wonder Weiss would be a 4-star in that gacha. As you can see here, he has all fist attacks, which is what he does in the manga and the anime. He never actually uses his sword to fight. That's another thing I have to give it to K-Lab for. I mean, they're really true to the source material. Whenever they make any new characters, it's really accurate. I mean, even down to minor characters, So I have to give a shout out to K-Lab for that. As a long-time Bleach fan, I really appreciate little stuff like that. And here we go, guys. The final boss of the chapter is Espadazero, the strongest Espada, Yami, in his released state. Look at that, guys. He's freaking huge. And he looks pretty cool. I mean, you can see the animation. He doesn't really have, when he turns, it's kind of just like he floats. But, that's alright. He is a huge character, and, it'd probably be difficult to make him, if they had him twist and turn. But he looks really good. I would imagine if they made Yami a 5-star, they would do, this form as his special. you know, kind of like the way Mugetsu is, or the Butterfly Aizen. You know, just have him in this unreleased state, and then have him turn into this when he does his special. I think that would be pretty cool. You know, it would be hilarious if they could figure out a way to make him a playable character. You know, maybe make the camera zoom all the way out for everybody, and have someone who can play Yami. I don't know. I'm just rambling. But yeah, guys, that is Chapter 10. The highlights. Let me know if you like this kind of video. It was fun to make, and it's always fun to see where Japan's at. You know, for the record, guys, I don't play on Japan. I do have a Japanese account, but it's really just to make videos like this. I don't take it seriously. I don't like grind on it. I just so I can keep up to date on the news, and you know, see what's going on, and you know, see what we're getting next, because that's the way it works. Japan gets it first, and then we get it like a month or two down the road. Anyway, guys, that's Chapter 10. Hope you enjoyed. And you know, for the next video, I'm not sure what I'll do. I might do a speculation video on what other characters they could potentially make, because as you know, they've released Dangai Ichigo and Butterfly Aizen, and pretty much those are the final characters of the arc. So any characters they make after that kind of have to go backwards. So I mean, you know, potentially we could get pretty much anything. So maybe I'll make a video where I talk about that, and we can all speculate on what kind of stuff they're going to come out with. But for now, that's all for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.